Alright guys, what's happening? It's John here, aka Pisagosa, back with another episode of Destiny Daily, and of course it is Tuesday, so that means weekly reset day. So let's have a look at what the Vanguard has for us this week. As per usual, all the details of everything, Crucible playlist, Nightfall, Heroic Strikes, etc., they are all in the description below, but if you want to join me, we will take a little trip around the Iron Temple here, and we'll go and have a look at what Tyra Karn has in the way of artifacts. Alright. Well, everyone's favourite warlock today has the Memory of JOLDUR, my own particular favourite, with this straight up strength roll. We have Memory of SILIMAR, decent little one for using in the Crucible with quite a good intellect discipline roll. And we have Memory of TIMUR, another one I think people are quite popular, is quite popular with people, although I don't particularly like it myself, because it leaves you too many times with an enemy alive at the end of an enemy spawn, and it won't spawn the next wave of enemies while your fucking enemy is still alive. So yeah, it causes a little bit of confusion sometimes, especially when people are using it on the raid. Are we meant to go to the next bit? Is this bit finished? Blah blah blah. So yeah, I'm not a massive fan of it. Probably slightly better if you're using it as a solo player. But yeah, so that is. Oh, did I actually check what roll that has? Yeah, it has an intellect strength roll again, probably slightly above average intellect strength roll. Nice. What can you say? Okay, so let's go back to orbit and get ready for the daily, and we'll have a look at the other activities while we are in the director. Okay, so this week's weekly Crucible playlist is going to be Inferno Supremacy. You got the M from Supremacy in Inferno there, that was interesting. Yeah, so basically Supremacy with no radar, no HUD. Well, you get a HUD, but you don't get no radar. Interesting. It's always adds that extra little element into it. You can maybe slightly change your setups if you maybe use Galleon or you use a Night Stalker with enhanced radar, then obviously no need for that, so you can switch that up, maybe put it on Shade Step and wear a different exotic if you happen to wear Graviton Forfeit, whatever. It just gives you a little bit of possibilities to change your setup, change your play style, and of course get shot in the back of the head a lot. Do weekly Heroic Strikes this week. We are running under AIRBORNE, Juggler and Catapult. I think that's a brilliant combination of modifiers for Guardians. Juggler tends to mean that you drop an awful lot of heavy ammo, because it won't drop primary if you're holding your primary, it won't drop secondary if you're holding your secondary, so a lot of the time the game just drops heavy for you. So Juggler, although it's meant to be a negative modifier against Guardians, I feel like it works in your favour a lot of the time, because you're doing a lot of kills with your primary weapon, which means you're dropping a lot of secondary and a lot of heavy ammo, which of course comes in very handy. And then you have Catapult, mega ultra rapid grenade recharge if you've got your discipline up to something like 250, 300. In addition to Catapult, you're basically going to have a grenade at all times, and if you happen to run your Hunter like me with Frosty 88 boots, you will literally have a grenade anytime you want to go for a grenade. So yeah, a good bunch of modifiers on the Heroic Strikes this week for Guardians. We should be taking down those bosses real fucking easy. Of course, the AIRBORNE, there's no really crazy like AIRBORNE heavy apart from Thunderlord, but of course that has the downside of machine guns where you have to physically stand in front of the thing to fire off an entire clip. But yeah, other than that, that should be nice and easy this week. Nightfall, yet again, I think that's 2 weeks in a row with no burn on the Nightfall. But this is a bit of a bastard, I'm not going to lie. Berserk, Fresh Troops, Airborne, they're all negative modifiers. The only thing we've got going for us is Brawler. So you're going to want to pump your strength as high as possible so that you can get out of those situations where you're getting swarmed and you can punch it and get away. It's not the greatest modifiers, but for the actual mission that we're running, given even with the changes, even if it's, I assume it's going to be a very taken heavy version of it. Sorry, I'm burying the lead. The strike is CERBERUS VAE III. That is this strike up here from, it's the original vanilla game, year one strike. We all know it, we all love it. Well, I love it anyway, because it just happens to be a very, very easy strike, I think, in the way that it sets up. It puts all your enemies in front of you basically all of the time. There's very little getting surrounded in this mission. Even in the final fight, there are various places to hide in the final battle, to keep yourself safe. So it's not really a question of if you're going to finish the strike, the Nightfall. It's really more of a question of when, and just exactly how long is it going to take you. If everybody's got big fat heavies and ready to go rocking into the boss, then shouldn't take you that long at all. So yeah, that's the Nightfall strike this week, CERBERUS VAE III, and as I say, we're under BERSERK, BRAWLER, Fresh Troops and AIRBORNE, which isn't the best, but it probably couldn't have come on a better strike, really. Another sort of major thing that I say about this strike is you can always keep, up to the final battle, you can pretty much always keep good distance between you and the enemy, so you can fight this one from distance. I tend to use a sniper setup on this particular mission, especially given how good it works when the tank drops like halfway through. So yeah, get your snipers, get your long range primaries, and get into it, Guardians, and get that fucking Valus to Arik taken down. So yeah, I'll probably pop a video up later as soon as I run the Nightfall again this week. I'm probably only going to run one. I'm kind of past the point where I really need to run the Nightfall. The only thing I'm doing it for is that skeleton key to try and get god rolls. But apart from that, I'll probably only run it once. Probably just run it with a Warlock as soon as I'm finished with this video, and then I'll pop the recording up. I am sort of toying with the idea of doing an Iron Banner swag video later on, with maybe my top 6 guns that I dropped off last week's banner. I think I got about 22 to 25 guns off the banner, so I'm going to have to go through them and see which ones I'm keeping, which ones I'm getting rid of, and I will pick out the 6 best that I dropped from both end of round rewards and packages, and bounties, etc. So I'll get the bit. I think it's going to be 6. I think it's going to need to be 6. I was going to go with 5, but I can think of 5 off the top of my head right now, and there's probably another couple that would need to push to get in there. So it's probably going to be top 6 Iron Banner guns that I dropped last week, top 6 rolls that I picked up, and I'll put that video up later on. But yeah, so let's, without further ado, get on with the Destiny Daily. Today's daily is Lost to Light. Particularly interesting mission. It's Taken King main story mission, of course. Everybody knows this one. You go to steal the crystal thing from that you destroyed at the end of the Crota DLC from year 1. You go back to that particular, what is it called, the Chamber of Darkness, or the Chamber of Silence, something like that. Anyway, you go back into that area, you've got to steal the crystal, and as you think the mission's going to end, it doesn't end. Oryx appears, traps you in the Hellmouth, and you have to get your way out. I say it's an interesting mission because this is one of the first missions that we had that has a secret mission, a secret objective on it. For the daily. Now, I'm not going to be completing that secret objective today because, well, I'm on my own. I already have Black Spindle, and I really can't be bothered. What I will do is I will point out to you exactly what you need to do at a specific point if you do want to go on and do that mission. Okay, so that was a slightly longer diatribe than usual as we're dropping, so I've not had a chance to look at the loadout. It is, as usual, detailed in the description, but let's just take a closer look before we start this mission. Running a SUNSINGER today. In the primary slot we have Does Not Bow. I'm not going to quite call this a god roll, but it's up there. It's a demigod roll, if you want to call it that. We have life support, which can come in very, very handy if they've actually fixed that yet. Getting shot. Rangefinder, of course, everybody knows that. Kind of useful on an assault rifle, helps you with the damage drop off. And the real reason that I'm using this today is it has Will of Light on it, so I get bonus damage to Taken. And as you know, the second half of this mission is fought entirely against Taken. So yeah, that's why I'm using that one. And also different, because I don't think I've used that. I don't think I've used a Does Not Bow for a daily yet. In the secondary slot we have Telesto. Again, I don't think that's one I've whipped out for a daily yet. I love it. People want to rag on this gun. Don't. It's excellent. I mean, some people don't like the delay that you get, but honestly, I think it's great. It's just a great gun. It's kind of a fire and forget. You don't need to be too accurate with it. It really does good damage, and the added thing, if you get double kills, multi kills with it, it drops orbs, can be very, very useful in a strike situation or a raid situation. And in the heavy slot today we have a Silver Dread that I picked up in the banner last week from a bounty, and spoiler alert, this is going to be in the top 6 guns because it's fucking ridiculous. By just hands down the best machine gun that I've used in this game so far. I was wanting it desperately wanting it, although we should probably put Field Scout back on. I was desperately wanting this gun. I was really, really happy when I got it, and the fact that I got it with hand laid stock, with hidden hand, with Field Scout, or with Fight Switch, because I'm going to use hidden hand for PvP when I play PvP, because I just love machine guns in PvP. You can get huge amounts of kills with them if you get past that initial sort of the initial phase of the heavy ammo when it drops, people launching the rockets. If you can get past that and kill a couple people, get them heavy ammo-less, and you can go around with a few bullets, like, a couple of clips worth of ammo with this, you are gonna rip. And obviously hidden hand for PvP, for better target acquisition. But for bosses, for example, if I was running this thing in strikes, I would probably use persistence. I'm gonna leave hidden hand on for this because there is no boss in this mission, so it's going to work better if when I do whip this out. It's just going to be for nailing down mobs or slightly heavier yellow bar shielded yellow bars. But yes, spoiler alert, that's going to appear in the top 6 Iron Banner guns video later on, without a shadow of a doubt. And is one of the reasons why it's top 6 and not top 5, because there's another couple of guns I just couldn't cut. Anyway, yeah, so let's go on with this, shall we? It's a fairly lengthy little mission. Actually, after I've cleared this room, I need to check my setup, because I'm not sure whether I've got fusion grenades on or flare grenades, so... Probably got the flare grenades on. Yeah, I'll just leave them. It's just in case I had fusion grenades on from running Crucible.
We have to steal a chunk of Hive crystal that's still got a trace of Crota's soul, so you can pass through an interdimensional portal on the Dreadnought and kill Oryx. Anything else, Paris?
It must be done before Oryx turns his scrying eye to this realm.
Good luck, Guardian.
Well, one bonus sitting at the start of this mission for so long, waffling away to you guys, is that I now have a full super. So, excellent. What I mean about this gun, man, anybody that rags on this is a fool. as I'm not sure about heavy weapon dropping heavy weapon ammo, and since I'm pretty much just gonna blast straight through this, let's get some heavy ammo up now, so it's there when I need it.
Toland's journal contains an impressive amount of data. I should probably read it. Done. Some of this stuff is fascinating.
Sorry, always makes me giggle.
A dreadnought shields the hive.
So, yeah, there are various, there's two ways, of course, that you can do this mission, like a lot of missions in Destiny. You can just run straight to the fucking end, or you can kill all these thralls. That's entirely up to you.
If the thralls still feed, Crota's essence must endure.
I'm probably going to get chased by these thralls, so we'll just jack that down. Okay, so I get confused a lot of time with missions. I'm pretty sure this is the one where you get to the end and it's an ogre comes out, right? Take an ogre. Gravekeeper, something like that. Ban the Gravekeeper? I forget. Yeah, he does. He just appears from the back. Cool. That's why I wanted my heavy up. Backs, that's the fucker. Them. Should do it. Excellent.
It's gone. I think Oryx just took an ogre.
Not even Oryx can control an ogre, unless it's taken. Now quickly, I need a shard of that crystal.
We've got it.
As you've seen with that silver dread, I'm sure if any of you have got a silver dread, you know how fucking good the damn thing is. That it pretty much fires, this is my opinion, it fires like somebody made a machine gun out of a scout rifle. I have to say they did a full-on Batman Arkham Asylum with me. The first time I run this mission, I was going, what the fuck is going on? I didn't have a goddamn clue what was happening. Alright, mate. Time to GTFO.
There's too many of them.
Ran straight into that fucking shadow. That was not slick. Okay. I tend to take a slightly messed up route when I'm running back through here, but if you just jink down the sides on a couple of the rooms, then you can avoid an awful lot of the fire. Like specifically this bit here. So just hang a fucking immediate left here. Keeps you completely out of the way of the fire. Brings you right up to here. You do have to run straight at that fucking knight, but he usually doesn't see you, and then you can just boom, and you're out. Okay, so if you happen to be going for the secret objective of this particular mission, there's nothing you need to do different so far. You just need to be following exactly what I've been doing up to this point. As I say, I will let you know when you need to do something different. Gotta love that willow light. Captain there, innit? Oh, it's a knight. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna grab this first tomb husk. Pop it in here.
Remind me to make copies of this journal.
Oh yes, thanks to that rangefinder boost. Fucking rag people on medium range really quickly. Like, you could kill that dude with any sort of normal assault rifle from that range, but it would probably take you slightly longer than it does with this. God, it's good, like. It is just frankly an absolutely solid as hell assault rifle. It could do with maybe a slightly bigger clip, or some sort of reload speed increase. It's not terrible, but if it was even quicker that would be nice. Extended clip would be nice, but again, it is a good fucking assault rifle with the added bonus of Will of Light. Probably shouldn't have picked up that relic just yet, but fuck it. I should get away with it. I just kind of picked that up out of force of habit.
Ah, they've warded it with
Awesome.
two locks this time.
I'll get rid of these fuckers first before I grab the next one. Again, if you're going for the secret objective, nothing different, although the difference is coming. Awesome. Okay, so your second tomb husk for this room is down here. I also like that battle runner that you get. I'm kind of a fan of that buff. Not that I would take it over anything else, but I mean, if you've got a really good gun and it happens, the shittiest buff on it happens to be battle runner, then you're looking good. It just helps you get out of those situations. Sometimes where just that extra little second, that extra little yard of speed gets you away.
Just like Ariana.
Okay, so we're talking about the secret objective for this particular mission. What you want to do, if you're going to do the secret part of this mission, is just ignore this tomb husk entirely. Right? You want to come into this room, go straight across to the other side. I'm probably going to get killed. Actually, you know what? It looks like they've taken it off. Yeah. That's my bad. I'm going on about the hidden mission, but it looks like it's done with. I have no idea how you get Black Spindle now. Oh, maybe you got to scan it, have you?
The Fallen left their dirty fingerprints all over this door. What were they doing here? We just missed them.
We just missed them. What did I do that caused me to miss them there? Anybody? Did I just take too long? No, I got no idea. Okay, so what I'm going to do is actually just kill everything in this room first, and then I'll go back and get the fucking tomb husk. Yeah, okay, answers on a postcard. I have no idea why that door was closed. Somebody need to help me out there. I mean, maybe someone can tell me, is it just closed forever now, or, as I say, did I take too long to get to it? I really don't have a clue.
3 locks. Well, you can't say they aren't trying.
Yeah. Okay, that was weird. Is he just jumping back and forward over that wall? Right. And he's just fired to Toon Husk. So yeah, I don't have a goddamn clue what's going on with that. I maybe need to look that up online. By the way, you could just ignore all this and just fucking go at this point. Apparently, as soon as you walk through the door, those fuckers disappear. Okay.
Get out of that pit. We must have that crystal or we'll never reach Oryx.
Sorry. Things I don't know about Destiny. I'm John, your Destiny expert. Lols. You see, that's the sort of range where it's getting really difficult to control on target, but still devastating. I like that I just picked up that heavy, it means my heavy's reloaded. Oh, pardonnez-moi. I think that decision to bring the gun with Will of Light has been an excellent decision. It's been fucking tearing through these fuckers. And we are out.
Guardian, is that you?
We made it out.
Then the Taken King will fall. Bring me his dead son's crystal.
That's how Eris says she appreciates your sacrifice.
She's not
Glad you're
creepy
still
at all,
alive.
Eris, man. I don't know what everybody's on about. Anyway, yeah, so that was another episode of the Destiny Daily, complete with your weekly reset rundown. As I've been threatening, there will be a couple of other videos to follow today. Iron Banner swag video with my top 6 guns from last week's Iron Banner, one of which you've seen on this strike, and of course the Nightfall video as well. You can follow me on Twitter at The Butcher Crow. You can add or follow me on PSN at Pisagosa. I'll be back again tomorrow with another episode of the Destiny Daily, and until then, I will see you in the wilds, Guardians.